Hey everyone, welcome to Kang at New York. Today, let's talk about something out of East but here in the West. Have you ever wondered why your favorite Chinese takeout dishes taste nothing like the food in China? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of American Chinese cuisine or American Chinese food, dishes that were born right here in the USA. They're delicious, iconic, and filled with stories of immigration, adaptation, and creativity. So grab your chopsticks and fork. Let's begin. To understand American Chinese cuisine, we have to go back to the 1800s, to the first major wave of Chinese immigration to the United States. Chinese immigrants, mostly from Guangdong province in southern China, began arriving in California during the gold rush. They came hoping to build a better life, and many ended up working in grueling, dangerous jobs: gold mining, railroad construction, and later in service industries like laundries and kitchens. During the 1860s, thousands of Chinese laborers helped build the Transcontinental Railroad. They laid tracks through the Sierra Nevada mountains, often under deadly conditions. Despite their vital role, they faced intense racism and hostility. By 1882, the US government passed the Chinese Exclusion Act, the first federal law to ban immigration based on nationality. Barred from many professions, Chinese immigrants built tight-knit communities, America's first Chinatowns. They opened laundromats, herbal shops, and restaurants. Cooking became one of the few paths for economic survival and connection with outsiders. These early chefs had to make do with what was available, replacing missing ingredients, using canned goods, and adjusting flavors for local customers. The result? A completely new cuisine made in America. By the 1920s and 30s, dishes like chop suey and egg Foo Young were spreading across the US. They weren't authentic Chinese dishes, but they were delicious and accessible. During World War II, American soldiers returning from Asia brought a new appetite for exotic foods, further boosting the popularity of Chinese American dishes. American Chinese food wasn't just about taste, it was survival, it was identity, and it became a beloved part of American food culture for sure. So, let's talk about 9 of the most famous dishes you'll find in Chinese restaurants across America. Or should I say, fake Chinese food? These aren't the kind of dishes you'd find in a Beijing banquet or a Sichuan street stall, but they're packed with flavor and history. Dish number 1, General Tos Chicken. General Tos Chicken is one of the most famous American Chinese dishes. And no, it's not from China. It was created by Chef Peng Changhui, a Hunanese chef who fled to Taiwan after the Chinese Civil War. He named the dish after General Zuo Zongtang, a Qing dynasty military hero. But the version we all know, sweet, sticky, and deep-fried, was perfected in New York City in the 1970s. It's not traditional Chinese cuisine, but it is a perfect symbol of cultural reinvention. Dish number 2, chop suey. Chop suey literally means mixed bits in Cantonese. Legend says it was born in San Francisco during the gold rush, when a Chinese chef tossed together leftover meats and vegetables to feed hungry miners. It's not a dish you'd find in China, but in early 20th century America, chop suey became the symbol of Chinese food, a stir-fry of necessity that became a national phenomenon. Dish number 3, crab Rangoon. Crab Rangoon is crispy, creamy, and totally addictive, but also totally not Chinese. It was invented in the 1950s at Trader Vic's, a Polynesian-style restaurant in San Francisco. The creamy filling of crab and cream cheese wrapped in a wonton shell was designed to appeal to American partygoers. In traditional Chinese cuisine, cheese is almost never used. So this dish, surely and absolutely 100% American imagination with an Asian twist. Dish number 4, egg Foo Young. Egg Foo Young is like an omelette meets a meatball. It's based on Cantonese Foo Young egg slices, also an elaborate Shanghai recipe made with beaten egg whites and minced ham. But in America, it was deep-fried and served with gravy, more like a diner dish than something from a wok. It was made to look familiar to American diners while still using Chinese seasonings. This dish bridged the cultural gap through the universal love of eggs and comfort food. Dish number 5, orange chicken. Sweet, crispy, addictively good. Orange chicken was created by Panda Express in 1987 by chef Andy Cao. He took inspiration from spicy tangerine chicken from Hunan cuisine, but replaced it with sweet orange glaze, fried chicken bites, and mass appeal. You won't find this dish in China, but in American malls, it's a legend. Dish number 6, beef and broccoli. In traditional Cantonese cuisine, chefs use Chinese broccoli or gailan, but in the US, it was hard to find, so they used regular broccoli instead. Stir-fried beef, oyster sauce, garlic, simple, delicious, and adapted perfectly to local markets. It's a dish that shows how flexible Chinese chefs were in working with new ingredients. It also turned into chicken broccoli as one of the most iconic items on Chinese takeout menu. Dish number 7, egg roll. You won't find these thick, bubbly, deep-fried egg rolls in China. The American egg roll was likely created in New York in the 1930s or 40s by Chinese-American chefs. It's based loosely on the traditional spring roll, but made bigger, crispier, and filled with cabbage, pork, and more. Served with duck sauce or mustard, it's an appetizer that became an icon of Chinese takeout culture. Dish number 8, American-style sweet and sour pork. Sweet and sour pork does have roots in Cantonese cuisine, but the American version took things to another level. Thick red sauce, pineapple chunks, and deep-fried pork became standard. It's candy-coated meat, basically bold and bright, and built for the American palate. Number 9, the last dish, fortune cookies. Okay, technically this isn't even a food item, but I have to include it because it's that iconic. Fortune cookies aren't from China. They're based on a Japanese cookie, but they became famous after Chinese-American restaurants in California adopted them as a fun dessert. With their crispy shell and surprise message inside, they became a must-have ending to any American Chinese meal, even though they're completely unknown in China. In general, American Chinese dishes are deep-fried, sweet, or saucy because that's what customers loved. They were also fast, affordable, and comforting. These weren't failures of authenticity, they were masterpieces of adaptation. From limited ingredients and racial discrimination, Chinese chefs created a brand new cuisine, one that became part of American food culture. So next time you grab Chinese takeout, you're tasting a piece of American Chinese history, one built by immigrants, shaped by necessity, and perfected for the people. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me, what's your favorite American Chinese dish?